I am flooding you guys with a bunch of videos today, but it's very important. This right here on CoinDesk, one of my favorite news sites about crypto, reported it's a video, or I'm sorry, it's a news article reporting that Bank of America, JP Morgan bans crypto credit card purchases. So, if you go onto YouTube and you search something like Bitcoin in my bank account, you'll see that a lot of people, well, not a lot, but enough people made videos and said that Chase has closed their bank account due to their cryptocurrency investments. And so I do have a Bank of America account. No, my account is not closed. It has not been closed. But I've done my due diligence. I've researched prior to investing directly from my bank account. And so I opened up a separate account to invest in crypto. So for everyone who's new out there and you are thinking about investing in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, period, you want to do research on if your bank accepts these type of transactions. 9 times out of 10, let's just say they do accept these types of transactions in the future, and I'm saying this now, in the future they're going to ban it because they don't want you to invest in cryptocurrency. No bank wants you to invest in cryptocurrency. So you'll hear people, say they cash out, but they never tell you how. So I'm just going to share how I invest in cryptocurrency. It's not set in stone just saying this is the only way, but this is a safer way if you really do business with your bank account, especially Bank of America or Chase and possibly other banks. They're going to join the bandwagon. They're going to join this band of cryptocurrency investments. And so if you read the article, it just goes on to talk about how Chase they're banning crypto purchases with your credit cards, but that's a bunch of load of crap. Like they're saying credit cards only, and with Chase or with Bank of America, they're saying that they'll still allow you to use their debit or ATM cards. But man, I really just I can't see that. I can't see that happening or continuously down the line to be okay. And I feel that cryptocurrency, at least Bitcoin, is already decentralized. Why invest or put yourself at risk of at least account that you have for civilization? Why put that at risk when you could just get a separate account? So my separate account, I went to, like, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Walgreens, CVS, whatever type of drugstore, pharmacy store that's around you, and get a prepaid debit card or credit card that has a Master or Visa logo on it, and use that. They do charge you monthly fees unless you meet the monthly deposit. At least my card, if you do at least, I think it's about $1,500 deposit a month, then they'll waive the fee. And then they do charge you a fee for international transactions. For some reason, Coinbase, well, it's an international transaction, so they do charge that fee as well. And then I've been hearing about BitPay. I don't have BitPay. I'm not sure exactly how the terms work or how, if they charge you fees or anything, but that's another card you can get to spend your Bitcoin, to spend your money. And so banks do not want you to have Bitcoin. They do not want you to invest in Bitcoin, especially not with their card. And so I just really had to talk about this. A lot of people, like I said, they don't talk about exactly what bank they use. And then, like, a lot of people, they may not have a problem with it as far as their bank. They haven't had any problems with their bank closing. I don't know what bank they're using. They're not saying what bank they're using, but I'm telling you guys that I do not use any bank as far as like any well-known bank. Like I said, this is a prepaid card that I'm using, and it just allows me to feel a lot more secure. It allows me to, invest in something and not put my actual quote unquote civilized bank account in jeopardy, which I use for like daily uses, bill payments, like whatever. So also want to play a video for you guys real quick. And this is just basically talking about why banks fear Bitcoin. So listen up.
This brings us to the topic of centralization. Bitcoin is decentralized. This means there is no central authority that can stop any specific Bitcoin transaction, and the same goes for the Bitcoin system as a whole. No one can lock or freeze a Bitcoin wallet or address, unlike a bank account. No one can arbitrarily create more Bitcoins than the software program was designed to make. No one can change the software without the majority of the entire network of users accepting a change. Programmers of the Bitcoin software are thus limited in their scope of changes to what the market is driving.
Max Wright, he wrote a book called Bitcoin Revolution. A lot of people are fearful that the government's going to attack it.
With regards to resisting government violence, I think Bitcoin is a really, really unique, to me it's a unique currency in all of history. It's never happened before. So the analogy that Bitcoin advocates use is with regards to Napster. We all know Napster was a great file sharing tool, but it was run out of a central server in a company. There was a CEO to harass, there was a company to harass, and the government can send in men with guns and force them to unplug the server. Service is over. Bitcoin, in the same way BitTorrent solved the problem for Napster, it was decentralized and there was no one to harass. There's no, you have to put a policeman in every bedroom in every house in the country, on the planet to bring down BitTorrent. So too with Bitcoin. There is no one to harass. There is no CEO. It is a distributed peer-to-peer network that authorizes and guarantees the sanctity of the network. And so for that reason, it is incredibly resilient to violence. And I find it very, very interesting that at a time when we're going to, my expectation is we're going to go through a currency crisis, a currency wars like we've never seen before.
Here with Jim Rickards, he's the author of Currency Wars. I'll just throw it out there. Bitcoin, what are your thoughts?
One of my least favorite topics, because I'm very skeptical of Bitcoin, but I've actually read the technical papers. I've spoken to a lot of people about it. It is cool technology. It's good encryption, the blockchain method of validating the fact that it's decentralized and dispersed. You can fire a drone missile at a Bitcoin server and it doesn't matter because there's another one over here that's got the blockchain and they can validate. So I understand all that. It's cool stuff and it does attract libertarians and it does attract technophiles.
Now that you know what Bitcoin is, you should recognize how digital currency is a threat to the current banking system and institutions. In 2008, bankers profited from the very financial crisis that they created. Imagine you had the opportunity to not participate in a government-monopolized currency system. Bitcoin can be your way out of the corruption. The banks will hate it, but they can't stop it. Bitcoin can solve a multitude of problems. Firstly, inflation. Our current money supply continually grows because it is based on debt and continual government overspending. The U.S. money supply has actually multiplied over 10,000 times in the past 200 years. This explains why purchasing power has significantly lowered, why Coke in 1959 cost a nickel and is now about 20 times that. The supply of Bitcoins has only increased at a specific rate that won't change. This means that it is inflation-proof. Bitcoin also prevents theft. If you hold cash, not only would you worry about someone stealing your wallet, but the government has been known to confiscate cash at airports and during police stops.
Had an encounter with the TSA the Transportation Safety Administration, in which they not only wanted to know who he was, who did he work for, how did he get the money that he had on him, and what did he plan on doing with that money.
$4,700? Yes, sir. Why do you have all this money?
Back in 2012, Mishra's friends, Rajesh and Marina Derry, were driving her cash across country when Nebraska state troopers booked them for speeding. Officers then got permission to search the car. In the back, they found 2 bags filled with cash and arrested the Derrys, believing the money was ill-gotten.
You cannot steal bitcoins in a Bitcoin wallet without knowing someone's password. You can copy and store your wallet in an unlimited number of locations and access it from anywhere with internet access, just like email. With Bitcoin, it is much easier to move your money, as we noted earlier. It's also easier to keep your transaction private should you want to remain anonymous from your peers or even the government. Your name is not connected to your Bitcoin address unless you choose to through a third-party service that uses Bitcoin. The government would need to know and control the entire internet to track or stop Bitcoin payments. Lastly, a great benefit for Bitcoin is the ease of starting your own business. You can set up a Bitcoin address to receive money for products or services within seconds versus trying to comply with all your country's regulations, creating a bank account, etc. You also don't have to worry about fraudulent payments because Bitcoin transactions are irreversible. Your business would not have to pay large fees to credit card companies either. A customer can simply use a cell phone app to send payments to you if your business has a storefront, like a bar or a restaurant.
Did you notice how price...
So if you want to watch this video, you can go search it on YouTube. It's called Why Do Banks Fear Bitcoin? But this is just, just real quick to just let you guys know, like, they want your Bitcoin. They don't want you to invest in Bitcoin. And if you do invest in Bitcoin, they're going to shut your bank account down. If they haven't already, it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. In the future, sometime soon. Once Bitcoin value starts to rise, believe they are going to regulate. Like we already know, they're regulating everywhere. They're regulating everything. And then another thing, as the video started, I want to let you guys know too, like, as I'm learning about ICO investments and what is decentralized and centralized, I'm starting to become more attracted to the decentralized coins, which you should as well. And I'll explain if you don't know, or you could just Google search it. You could look it up. What is the difference, and just make your own opinion about it. But just know that I believe those are the coins that are going to last. Those are the ones that are going to be around for some time, unless the company has bad motives. But for the most part, decentralization is the new. It's the new thing. It's the new way to I believe, keep longevity. But you also have other coins that's on the top 10, but in a sense, they're not going to stay in the top 10. Okay, so this is just my opinion about it, and also making you become aware of investing, and just protect your shit. Protect your shit, yo. Don't let anybody tell you anything. Just make sure you research. Bit going bananas. We make the bit go bananas. Like and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you can be in the mix every time I drop a video. Like again, I said in like probably all of my videos, I'm new to the crypto world. I'm no expert. I am no financial advisor. And this is simply what I do. What the fuck I do. What the fuck I do with my money. Yo, peace.